Well, come January, Republicans will once again take back control of the House, and they have big plans on the horizon. Those plans include a number of major investigations into the Biden administration. Dr. Fauci, Secretary Mayorkas of Homeland Security, and even the president's own son, Hunter Biden, will all come under the microscope. And joining us now to discuss all of this, boy, is it going to be busy, Alabama Congressman Jerry Carl. Congressman, great to have you here. And, you know, I got to get your take, first off, about Hunter Biden. He was actually out shopping with his dad in the last few days in Nantucket. Then he was also at the White House earlier in the week during the turkey pardon. It doesn't seem like he's laying low. And this comes as CBS News finally confirmed that the Hunter Biden laptop is indeed real. It only took him, what, like 700 days to do it. What's your reaction, Congressman, to all of this?
I think who's ever's coaching him is doing a good job. They're trying to get him out, trying to get him to look normal, like he's not worried about this investigation. But this investigation has to happen on the campaign trail. That was if not the number one or number two question that we were hit up. Would we follow up and do something about, the Hunter Biden, the tapes? There's a lot more that's going to come out on those tapes. There's some stuff there we obviously don't want to talk about, but there's a lot of things there that we need to look at. As a country, we've got to answer these questions.
Do you believe, and I know the committee was even talking about this essentially, and potentially Speaker McCarthy. I know that it's not secure, but likely Speaker McCarthy. He is very much focused, and we've heard also from James Comer and others saying, okay, we're going to get bank records. We're going to try to get wire information. Where do you see this going? I've even heard the word shell companies being used and referred to. It seems like there's a lot that the GOP is going to be looking into with Hunter.
Well, there will be, and we do have to get access to those bank records. I think there's 150 total. They've supplied two. Now they've come up with this quote unquote change that they don't have to supply those records. And when we get in control, we get to ask the questions. We get to serve the subpoenas. We get to do the things that will force them to answer some questions. And it's looking just so dirty. I heard the president referred to as the Godfather, and I'm beginning to believe it. He's really put quite a syndicate together here between his son Hunter and his brother. We've got a lot of questions, and we're going to start answering them. I promise you that will happen.
Yeah, I believe it. And I think a lot of people in the American public want to get those answers, too. Another topic, of course, Congressman, is Dr. Anthony Fauci. He held his final press briefing before retiring next month. And at one point, this was so odd, during the briefing, it became contentious when White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre and reporters were in the room, and they were asking a question. I want to get your reaction to this because she just cut this reporter right off. Take a listen.
Dr. Fauci, only 13% of...
Hold on one second. We have a process here. I'm not calling out on people who yell. And you're being disrespectful to your colleagues, and you're being disrespectful to our guests. I will not call on you if you yell, and also you're taking time off the clock because Dr. Fauci has to leave in a couple of minutes. I'm done. I'm not getting into a back and forth with you.
She has a valid question. She's asking about the origin of COVID.
I hear the question.
And Dr. Fauci is the best person to answer.
I hear your question, but we're not doing this the way you want it. This is a disrespectful. It is. I'm done. Simon, I'm done.
Congressman, it is astounding to me that reporters can't ask about COVID, which killed millions of people around the world. Like, that's not a legitimate question. How do you take that?
Well, yeah, I think they're covering up. I think they actually know. I think the American public knows. I think we've all got it figured out. I mean, you've still got China's complete lockdown, basically. We're beginning to feel the supply chain issues coming from China. But they're covering for Fauci. I mean, Fauci. My father used to say the first one's off a sinking ship were the rats. Well, he's one of the first rats to jump ship. He's trying his best to get out of the way, but it won't do any good. Again, after January the 3rd, we get the committee split up. Committees can start issuing subpoenas. We can start bringing him before Congress and asking some hard questions. Find out what he knows. I don't expect the truth from him. I've never expected the truth from him, but we can start taking the truth and try to start dissecting it and figuring out what the truth is.
And speaking of committees, McCarthy also says he's going to remove several Democrats from some of those key committees. Adam Schiff, Ilhan Omar. He also brought up Eric Swalwell. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, he even said, look, Eric Swalwell, essentially because of his relationship with the Chinese spy, wouldn't even get a security clearance, in the public sector. Why would he actually get it? If he was out in civilian world, why would he get it in Congress? What's your reaction to them? Should they be on those committees?
No, they have no business being on those committees. They need to come off, and there's several more, but I'll let McCarthy do McCarthy's job, and he'll do a great job, I might add. We're excited to get him voted in. But when you're talking about Schiff and Swalwell and Omar, I mean, they're just damaging to this country, and we've got to get them out of the way. Encourage the Democrat Party to put someone new in their place, replace them. The seats are going to flip. You're going to, obviously, the Republicans will take the majority on these committees, and we have a right to. Nancy Pelosi set the parameters here. So according to Nancy Pelosi, she has a right to say who's on a committee and who's not. So we use their own laws and their own definitions, and we'll move right along with it. And thank you, Kevin McCarthy, for stepping up and doing this. It's not an easy task. He's going to come under quite a bit of pressure on this one.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But he seems, and many in the GOP seem ready to get into these investigations and make a lot of these tough decisions. Congressman Jerry Carl, really great to have you here on Saturday morning. We thank you for being with us.
Great to see you. Take care.
Thank you. You too, sir. Thank you very, very
Bye-bye.
much.